Hey, Mike, this will be your third offensive system in as many years in Miami. How have your first 2 years prepared you to take this latest scheme change in stride and continue building on what you finished with last year?
Yeah, I mean, I think that that's just kind of, the mindset. It's just something new again this year, but at the end of the day, man, it's just football. So just got to come out, know your role, know your assignment, and go out and execute to the best of your ability. That's really all that you can do, no matter, who's calling the plays or what the plays are called or, all that kind of stuff.
Shannon?
Hey, Mike, congratulations on your engagement.
Hey, thanks.
I was wondering if you could kind of talk about your fiance and how she has
She'll love this.
Since you met.
Yeah, absolutely. So just got engaged this past summer. Her name's Hallie, and met her at Penn State. She's from New Jersey. Actually has a summer house where I'm from in New Jersey, down by the beach. So all worked out really well. She's the best. Gotten to we've really grown together and all that kind of stuff, and excited now for our future together. So it's cool stuff.
Cam Wolf?
Transitioning a bit more towards football. I know that you played a lot of in the slot last year, and Chan Gailey's offense tends to use a lot more receivers and tight ends, I guess, in the past. What do you look at, I guess, the slot role and how it fits your game, playing out of that?
Yeah, I think that this offense is kind of built for people to make plays. So no matter what position you're in, whether you're running back, tight end, receiver, quarterback, it doesn't really matter. I think that if you're going to get open, if you're going to know your role, know your assignment, and go out and execute to the best of your ability, then you're going to be put in a position to be successful and help our offense make some plays. So I mean, in terms of just playing that slot that you're talking about, I think that that's just the same mindset as well. So I mean, if you're in the slot and no matter who's covering you, no matter what the coverage is, whatever it is, your role, go out, get open, and just let everything else take care of itself.
Hal?
Hey, Mike, congratulations on the engagement. I wanted to ask you, the other day, George Gotsey mentioned how you and Ryan Fitzpatrick were working together, how you were, I think, trying to get an idea of how plays develop from a quarterback's perspective. I'm wondering how that process went and how that can help you from a tight end perspective.
Yeah, I mean, I think, playing with Fitz helps, everybody, no matter your position. But, with his experience and his knowledge of the game, you'd be stupid not to, ask him questions and try to see it through his eyes and get, his perspective. So this way, you kind of get some of his experience as well. So I try to talk to him, no matter what the situation, just kind of ask him, how he sees it, how he sees me, getting open, getting some of my releases, that kind of stuff. And then just kind of understanding where you fall in the progression of the play. And so I think that, all those things are, super important because, if you're not the first read and, you're on the backside or, you have more time to get open, you have, you can run your route a little bit differently. So I think, understanding those, minor details of the route rather than just, hey, I know I have this, backside in cut at 14, like, understanding, the full concept of the play, just like the quarterback does.
Travis?
Hey, Mike, kind of a similar question here in regards to what you just finished up on that last question with the personnel groupings. When you guys have you, DeVante, and Preston on the field and all that height and leaping ability that three of you guys offer, how does having those guys on the field kind of help create mismatches for you or maybe change the way you approach to how you execute your route?
Yeah, I mean, I think, especially after, the seasons that, those guys had last year, obviously Preston before he went down, was making a ton of plays for us. And then DeVante, seemed like every time, you put the ball up to him, he was making a huge play. So to have those guys on the outside, I think it's hard to, send, more attention to a tight end or to a slot or anything inside just because of, the threats that they are in their, individual positions. So, having those guys out there definitely helps. And then, when you get your, man-to-man and you get your single coverage, you got to be able to win and, dominate your matchups this way. There's more trust in you to go out and make plays. And then also, maybe then you can draw a little bit more attention. So then those guys are, getting their opportunities as well.
Shad?
Mike, I saw some statistics where from week 12 to the end of the season, you had a big increase in the number of end zone targets and red zone targets. And I'm wondering what you've come to learn about the best way to become, create the possibility of a touchdown in those situations as your career has progressed.
Yeah, I think down in the red zone, I think it's an area of the field, obviously, where you gotta get the ball in the end zone no matter what the play is. But for me specifically, running routes and getting open and trying to make plays down there, I think you have to understand that you don't have to rush the route. Stay patient, and you have more time than you would anticipate down the red zone. And then also it's going to be majority of the time it's going to be a tight window throw. It's going to be a contested catch. So be prepared for have strong hands. Be ready to take a hit, and then do whatever you got to do. Whether it's a high ball and just keeping it away from the defender, whether it's across the middle and you're going to take a hit, whatever it is. So understanding that and just finding I think it's more of just kind of finding open spaces down there, just because it's a more condensed space.
We got one more. We'll go to Cam Wolf.
Hey, Mike, obviously you got to know Fitz well a lot last year. I wanted to see what's your relationship been with, I guess, Tua in the early process and how well you've got to know him, as a person and as a quarterback.
Yeah, absolutely. Tua's been great. Great around the building, great on the field. He's really just a kid, 22 years old. I mean, just got out of, he could have still been in college, which is crazy when you think about that kind of stuff. So for him to, come in here and, really grasp the playbook, grasp the feel of the locker room, and then go out there and, make plays and, put the ball where it needs to be. So, I'm super, excited about his future and all that kind of stuff. So, like I said, it's been good to have him in the building and it's been good to be around him. He's a really good dude.